Most golfers only ever think about one swing plane, but there are two, and they're fighting each other every time you swing the club. One is controlled by your hands, the other by your club head. And when these two planes disconnect, you'll feel it. Poor strikes, inconsistent contact, and that horrible glancing blow at impact. In this video, I'll show you exactly how to match them up. And once you do, the ball, it starts exploding off the face.
I really want to talk about the circle of the grip and the circle of the head. I've talked about handle path, and I've also talked about club head path. But I think the relevance of today's video is about how they work with each other. And hopefully with my editing skills, I can give you some real visuals on how the handle track and the head track work together with each other, and why I talk so vigorously about the light end of the golf club and the heavy end of the golf club. Let's talk about the various stages of the golf swing. Let's talk about the takeaway and how the handle track that you can see here is making around my body. And then let's look at the head track and how that makes an arc around my body. They are on two different circle sizes. The handle track is on a much smaller circle, and the head track is on a much wider circle. It goes to show that the two circles are very much in play, and how they work with each other is crucial to lining up the club face. So in the takeaway phase, the track of the handle, the more the handle and the head work, you can see that the pitch of this circle is changing all of the time. The more my handle pushes down, the more I push the grip down in my takeaway. Looking at how that club head tracks is on one orientation, and then lifting my handle up and allowing the club head to kick in are working on two very different pitches. And these pitches of the circle with the club head and the handle are changing all of the time. So the more I allow this club head and handle to interact with each other, and for me to understand what the changes in grip pressure need to be to make the head behave, is fundamental, is absolutely crucial. So when we think about takeaway, this handle circle and the club head circle are on two very different pitches. One is working around me, and one feels very much more stood up. Now, the more I lift the handle up, now the grip circle is stood up and the head circle is way more laid down. What we're looking for is an angle of attack that comes down on the golf ball, particularly with an iron. And so this takeaway, the whole reason why golfers are always trying to get the club head up, is so that it makes the pitch of the circle feel more stood up in our takeaway. The more the club head swings in, the more the circle lays down. And when that circle lays down, it really makes the angle of attack much more shallow, because that handle being up and that club head being down is making the circle lay down with the head and stood up with the grip. Hopefully you're starting to get a picture of what this grip and the head are doing with each other when they're moving around the golf ball. So when we take the club head away, if we get the club head feeling like the head is lifting up and over the grip, you'll always feel like you have the opportunity to hit down on the golf ball, an angle of attack down. The more I get the grip standing up and pushing away, the more you'll kick the head down, the more your circle will feel very shallow and horizontal, the more your angle of attack will be light. but the more a golfer will be able to have a club path more from the inside. And so this incessant desire to push the handle up and out to the right is the very ingredient that makes golfers lose their angle of attack and allows the shank to come with the golfer. So when we now feel how this club handle going down and this club head rising up gives us the sensation of the angle of attack being down, the transition phase and how we move that club back down into strike, handle down, club head up, as I start to move that grip forwards, it's in anticipation for getting that grip and the circle of the grip back down in an effort to keep the pitch of the circle more stood up with the iron, which gives us that angle of attack. Now, when you're looking at how the club head kicks up and out, it's that grip down in the downswing underneath the golfer that lifts that circle up. Look how that circle is more stood up. And we're only talking about club head pitch here. Club head circle, handle circle. I'm not talking about the shaft. Forget the shaft. I'm only talking about the circle that the handle tracks around, this singular point of the butt of the grip and the singular point of the sweet spot. Forget the shaft. The shaft has no bearing on this. So when we start to track these 2 points in the golf swing, when I get the grip moving forwards, which is absolutely frowned upon by gazillions of golfers, and I hear it all of the time, the more I feel the grip go forwards, look at what it's doing to the pitch of the circle. It's replacing the pitch of the circle more back to where it started. And what it's doing, it's lifting the circle that's being created by the club head as more vertical. But the club head's still inside. The circle is still moving around me. It still allows me to keep that club arcing down and up on the circle that the club head is on. 2 very different tracks. So we're always conscious of what the head and the handle are doing and how they're talking to each other and how they're interacting. Now, the more a golfer allows their grip to get back to their start point, the more the hands will sit underneath the golfer. The less the grip will rise up and push out. When the grip rises up and pushes out, it makes the wrists go into more flexion. Because as you lift the grip up, it will make your left wrist flatten out. That makes the golfer feel like they're being steep. Makes the golfer feel like they can hit down on the ball. But all it actually does is gives the golfer an opportunity to shut the face down, allow the path to come from the inside, which I demonstrated only a short while ago, but it makes the golfer always lose their angle of attack. It changes the path 16 degrees from the inside. But I had no angle of attack. I had no downstrike. So the desire to make the golfer recognize that the track of the handle helps the pitch of the circle feel more vertical, of again just the club head, that allows the golfer to feel like this grip is creating the track in and in, that allows the circle to pitch up, down, and around. Giving the golfer that golf ball compression, giving that golfer the ball speed. Hopefully my edit has done this video justice, and hopefully it's given you an opportunity to see the circle of the grip and the head and how they talk to each other. Because it is really, really important that we see this golf swing for what it is, And that's two parts of the golf club orbiting around us as a golfer. What the grip does to orientate the face, and what the forearm rotation does to affect those two circles and how they work with each other. There's more to come on this. But hopefully it's giving you some chance to see what I'm talking about. If you're tired of paying too much for your premium leather golf gloves, head over to gxgolfgloves.com. These are gloves trusted by tour players and elite amateurs alike. Use my code GOODCOACHING to receive 10% off your next order. Go try them out. You won't be disappointed. Hopefully my editing skills has done it justice. Do let me know your thoughts. Comment in the box below. And that, my friends, is good coaching.